So I'm still coming up with ideas for the 100th episode, and I saw that social media coordinator Dave. He posted a video of himself, like on stage with his guitar.
He's a singer, songwriter.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
and I don't think the audience knew that. So I think what we should do, episode 100, is that we should do like the live mariachi band, like I want, and this live studio audience, and the techno crane, and all the stuff. But we need to have like a very soft, intimate session in the corner with social media coordinator Dave.
Soft and intimate?
Yeah, that's what like MTV Unplugged. Coming to you pre-tape from the LA Mission College Studios in Los Angeles, California. This is the Best Coast Show. I'm your host, Albert Aguilera. That's my producer, Curtis Sage. Curtis, I hear that there are things that happen at Dodger Stadium now that we've been officially awarded the All-Star Game in 2020.
Oh, yeah. Well, how do you feel about aerial transportation?
Like Yasiel Puig and the helicopter? Did Joe Davis finally decide to get a helicopter from Pasadena to the stadium?
I don't think Joe is taking a helicopter yet. And if he does he have to do it with Oral? That's probably what's going to...
I don't know what city he lives in, but I'd imagine that the helipad would be at Joe's house, or maybe he doesn't have one because his wife won't let him have one. Yeah. So they just throw down a ladder, and Joe has to climb up the ladder, and then they swing by to Oral's house, and they text him when they're on their way. Yeah. And then he has to go into his backyard, and he has
Oral
to
probably has a tennis court that they could land on. I'm sure Oral can.
That's probably true.
Yeah, but no, it's not that. Actually, the aerial transport that I'm talking about is gondolas. How do you feel about those?
Aren't gondolas the things that go in the water?
No, this is
like
the
at the Venetian in Las Vegas, and the guy starts singing.
This is the thing.
Italian.
That too. But this is the thing that can go in the air, when you're going skiing.
So like a chairlift.
Like a chairlift, but big chairlift. Like you can fit 50 people in it.
Is it safe?
I don't know, but this is what Los Angeles is we're getting a proposal from guess who?
Eric Garcetti, the mayor.
Eric Garcetti, the mayor, but behind it is our old friend Frank McCourt's son. I think his name's Drew.
I don't know what his name is, but he's one of the kids.
So get this, LA fans, this is kind of exciting news, or we'll talk about it in the show, is that we may have a gondola from Union Station to Dodger Stadium, so we'll talk about that. Before we get into that, we also have to talk about, of course, Clayton Kershaw and his troubles. And maybe a little Justin Turner news, possibly too. So today's a Dodger Stadium,
Dodger Nation.
So you can cut that out, right?
Yeah, if you want me to.
Yeah, okay. So today's a Dodger Stadium, Dodger Nation episode, fans. Thanks for joining us again. And Albert, let's get started.
Guys, Dodger Nation, welcome back to the program. I'm Albert Aguilera. That's Curtis Stage. And I don't want to talk about Clayton Kershaw. I want to talk about the staff ace, Hyun-Jin Ryu.
He is.
Hyun-Jin Ryu is back to his old ways when we picked him up out of the KBO. And now that he no longer has that rotator cuff injury and appears to doesn't have it, and he missed an entire year last year, now he's 3-0, ERA under 2. The guy is striking out people left and right.
He is mystifying batters.
He is who we thought he was.
He is. And everybody wanted to get rid of him last year.
I never wanted to get rid of him.
You didn't. We didn't, but everybody else did. Do we pay him the money that we're going to pay Kershaw with this extension? What do we do?
I believe Hyun-Jin, this is his final season as well, too, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
either this year or next year.
So what do we do? Do we say, hey, Kersh, we know you're going to opt out because, it's the smart thing to do and opt out and get more money.
Yes.
But we also want to keep our homie Hyun-Jin Ryu.
So can you take less money?
Yeah, can you give us a hometown discount?
And he's going to say no.
He'll probably say no, but he'll probably stay here anyways.
So the world's best pitcher, allegedly.
Who's the number 2 ranked player in the MLB top 50 for this year so far? Only behind Mike Trout.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
And it's not Clayton Kershaw.
No, it is Clayton Kershaw.
Oh, it is.
Clayton Kershaw is the number 1 ranked pitcher on the list, but he is the number 2 overall behind Mike Trout.
I don't think anymore after he had 6 walks yesterday. I mean, that was not a good outing.
It was an off day.
It was an off day. Are you just chalking it up to an off day?
It was an off day. It was one of those baseball things where today the Dodgers are on a travel schedule.
Yes.
So
we play the Giants again.
We play the Giants 4 times because of the rain from last week or the week before. So we got a doubleheader on Saturday.
Right.
And this is the longest road trip of the season, which is great because we're going to go to San Francisco for 4. Then we got Arizona for 3 or 4. And then we go to Monterrey, Mexico to play the Padres for 3. Yes. So it's great that we're getting it out of the way in late April, early May.
Yeah.
But I think that, Kershaw just had an off day, and it was one of those baseball things where your opposing pitcher used to be a substitute teacher 3 months ago and is now keeping the Dodgers scoreless through 5 innings.
He was a Cy Young candidate.
Yeah, and it's one of those baseball stories, kind of like I don't know. It's like, well, the Dodgers haven't scored 100 runs in a game since 1901, and so today they're going to score 100 runs. It's one of those things.
Yeah, I mean that's how baseball works.
Sports.
But you're
Sports
not
the greatest reality TV show ever.
Yes. But you're not concerned at all about the start that Kershaw's had, the 1-4 start with a 2.45 ERA? You're not concerned about this?
I don't care about his wins and losses. His wins and losses are not on him.
Well, we're losing when he pitches.
Yeah, we're losing games when he's pitching, but it's not because, Clayton Kershaw gave up 8 runs in 3 innings.
Well, he gave up a 3-run bomb when we were tied 1-1. Another home run.
Right, and he still has an ERA of under 2.5.
Yes.
And again, we're comparing him to himself.
True.
Comparing him to himself is not fair.
If we were comparing him to Rich Hill, he'd be still great.
If you compare him to any other pitcher in the league, with the exception of that substitute teacher yesterday,
who pitched great against,
you would be like, yeah, there's not an issue. You talk to any other MLB team when he opts out, they're going to be like, oh, absolutely, we want him.
But he's on the other side of 30 now, Albert, and we got to admit now that we're now looking at now. Listen, Clayton Kershaw is still my favorite player in the Dodgers. I love him. I have a man crush on him.
Even a 35-year-old, I'm going through regression, Clayton Kershaw is a number 1 starter on 2016.
Are you sure he's not Bartolo Colon?
Bartolo Colon's 40-something and still pitching.
I know.
But it was.
But he's not a number 1.
Interesting, because Bartolo Colon's never been a number 1. The one year,
he
one year he was a number 1 out in Oakland was the year he got caught taking steroids.
No, they won the World Series. He was on the Angels and they won the World Series.
In 2002?
Yes.
Whoa, I don't remember that.
What
I remember the most from that World Series was that all the Angel fans were giving Dodger fans shit because, suddenly your bandwagon is rooting for the Angels. Like, no, we're rooting against the Giants,
we hate the Giants.
idiots.
Did they?
And then I remember Dusty Baker going out to Russ Ortiz and pulling him, saying, don't worry, we'll finish this for you. And they didn't because the Angels ended up winning.
Yeah, that was great.
Those are the 2 things I remember from that World Series.
One of my favorite moments ever, actually. So you're not concerned. This is just a blip on the radar. What if he goes 1-5? What if he loses his next game against the Giants?
If he goes 1-5 and that game that he lost, he loses 1-0 after going 8 innings, I'm not concerned about his wins and losses. I care about innings pitched. I care about strikeouts. I care about ERA, FIP. I care about the actual stats that he himself can control. Yes. I mean, is he going to go out there and get shelled occasionally? Yeah, everybody does. Everybody does.
It's not often.
No, but that's why I think it's magnified when he gets hit because it's kind of like, oh, shit, Clayton Kershaw got hit today. Really, how bad was it? He gave up 3 runs in 8 innings. Oh, really? Like, that's really good.
So you're not panicking saying we need to go out and get Marcus Stroman or Chris Archer or...
Oh, no. By all means, go after and get these guys because we need pitching. You always need pitching.
Okay.
Always need pitching. I mean, last year, we had a major league record, 19 different starters last year. So you always need depth, which I think the Dodgers are, great at doing. But they're great at depth within position players. Kike can play every position.
Yes.
I'd actually like to see Kike pitch this year, which I don't believe he's done in the majors. He's played every other position in the majors, but has not pitched.
Is he he's caught?
I think he's caught.
Oh.
I think. I'm not sure, but I know he's played the other 7. And I would like the Dodgers to, go after a Stroman, go after an Archer, because we do need someone like that. Because at some point, I know that Rich Hill is going to be tearing it up while tearing up his hands with blisters. So at some point, come August, Rich Hill's going to miss 2 or 3 starts because he's got blisters on his hands.
So you're with our surplus of outfielders / infielders, you think we're going to be able to go out and get a number 1 pitcher? Yeah,
and honestly, as much as I like Kike Hernandez, I honestly believe they will trade him.
Really?
Yes, because he, before the year started,
he has the most value.
Yeah, he has the most value of all of our positional players because he's a utility guy. And he's the guy that's like, hey, I want to start. Sure. And although he is starting, he's starting somewhere different every day. So he has more value to opposing teams. And the dude's hitting.
Yeah.
I would say, hey.
And fielding. Did you see him picking it at shortstop?
Listen, there's nobody that can play third at the moment and let him play there. Or make him go between third and second base every night, depending on who the pitcher is.
Third is not his best position.
It's not.
Short is his natural position. Second would be his second position. And he can play all the outfield positions. So,
I don't want to lose him. I'm not advocating, relax, people. I'm not advocating we should trade Kike Hernandez because I really love Kike Hernandez. I think he brings a lot of energy to the club and as a ball player, as a personality, as a community person. I think he's fantastic to keep around. I'm just saying of all the positions that we have on the field, he would be like the centerpiece to a major league deal, not including anybody that they may ask for that's in the minors.
Like Verdugo.
Yeah, like a Verdugo or something.
Yeah, we know Jock doesn't have any value as a centerpiece. Kemp, no one's taken on that, I don't think, and so I think we're stuck with Matt Kemp.
See, and this is stupid. I've been advocating the Jock Peterson trade since he hit 30 home runs in the first half. Yeah. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're stupid! Look, he hit 30 home runs. He's on pace for 65, and he's like 20 years old." I'm like, "Yeah, but look at the way he swings.
Yeah,
like that. He can't sustain that."
He has a different batting stance every game.
While people assume he has value, let's get rid of him. D. Gordon, while people assume he has value, get rid of him. Chin Lung Hu, while people assume he has value, get rid of him. Chin Lung Hu?
Who?
Exactly. Yeah, Ivan De Jesus. Like all these dudes that people coveted, and oh my God.
Pedro Martinez?
Well, I was not up to par with my baseball knowledge and skills attention when Pedro Martinez got traded in, what was it, 93?
That was like trading Julio Urias, essentially.
Was it? I mean, I understand it was the Shields and Pedro, and I understand that Ramon was like, no, don't trade my brother. He's better than me.
Yeah.
And Tommy Lasorda was like, what do you know?
Yes.
And ultimately, Pedro got traded, but I was not aware of, sports to the way that I am now.
Because you were like 10. Can we?
Really? I think I was younger than that.
I don't know. Can we talk about Walker Buehler?
Buehler?
Can we talk about him?
We could. We need a gimmick for Walker Buehler, too.
What gimmick? He's got the Buehler's Day Off. He's already got the gimmick.
No. But should it
That's
be
his Twitter handle?
Should it be Buehler's Day On?
Oh, God.
Because 6 out of 7 days, Buehler's off.
Okay.
So it has to be like Buehler's On, meaning he's actually pitching.
Why don't you tweet at him that and tell him that he needs to maybe rethink his handle and the whole thing?
Okay. I'll try to convince him.
Did you watch that game that he pitched?
I did watch the game. I believe he went 5 innings, struck out like 7 or something.
Yeah, and they had him on
earned runs.
Yeah, they had him on a pitch limit. He looked great. I mean, the ball was moving. People couldn't catch up with his fastball. Obviously, he was kind of 95, 96. It's exciting. He could be the next Kershaw. I mean, this is the guy who is supposedly going to be taking Kershaw's place in a couple years. So to see him,
that's why I would baby him and Julio.
Yes, well, they are babying both of them.
I mean, to a higher degree though, because I understand there's a pitch count, but when you have someone like Buehler who is throwing that fast, I don't want him to end up like Thor or Batman and suddenly, because I'm throwing the ball 98 to 101 40 times a game, my career is going to get cut short, or I'm going to experience real bad muscle fatigue in July, August, or I'm going to be useless in the playoffs, or, all of a sudden my tricep hurts and so does my forearm. What does that mean? Ah, crap.
Well, he can talk directly to Mark Pryor, who's our bullpen coach right now, he was,
Mark Pryor, yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate
amazing
that Mark Pryor and
Kerry Wood.
Yeah, and Wood, assuming they were healthy, they would have been like one of the best tandems.
Smoltz and Maddox.
Yeah, Smoltz and Maddox, or the Rocket and Moose. It's like you had these guys that were so great in tandem with each other. Unfortunately, they came up, they played with each other for 2, maybe 3 years, and they just got hurt.
Well, they were both young, and they just got they pitched a lot, and they both pitched fast. I mean, so they both. It wasn't like they were like Greg Maddux where they were floating balls up there. They were pumping it in. So Buehler looked good. That was exciting. That was kind of the highlight of this last week. I know the Dodgers went on a little winning streak, but we talked about that.
We're on a new streak. We've lost 2 in a row.
To the worst team in the National, or maybe the second worst team in the National League.
Behind the Padres?
No, the Reds are pretty terrible.
The Reds are worse than the Padres?
Yes. Reds, Padres, Marlins, the worst team. We did not look good against the Marlins. Yes, we won one of the games, but we didn't look good again. And that's bad.
No,
the Dodgers,
and the Dodgers were falling apart in the last game of that series. And what's really funny, and I was talking to Michael Duarte about this.
2 errors in the 9th inning.
I was talking to Michael Duarte about this, where the Twitter algorithm, and Dodger Nation, you might notice this when you're on Twitter and you're following sports, you'll get tweets from that same game, but from yesterday's or the day before. And so now anytime the Dodgers are falling apart, the Twitter algorithm will populate the top of my list to anti-Pedro Baez tweets. And I'm like, this is from like 2 games ago.
I was getting that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait, is he in right now?
Yeah, it's like, does Twitter not realize that this timestamp is 23 hours ago or a day and a half ago, 2 hours ago? It's like, give me news in the most recent. but it always tries to give it to you the most relevant, which in this case is not working because it's not relevant if this happened 23 hours ago.
No, I think it's relevant because our blood starts boiling when we see Pedro Baez's name.
No, but it had nothing to do with Pedro Baez. Like, he wasn't even in the game.
He wasn't in the game, but Twitter knew, the robots knew that we were going to get upset, and there's a way to stoke that up.
So the robots were probably like, oh, something negative is happening in Los Angeles.
It must be Pedro Baez.
Bring up Pedro Baez.
That's exactly what was happening. That is exactly what was happening.
That's
the robots knew.
So do you think robots boo Pedro Baez?
Yes.
Or do they cheer him?
Both.
If you think about it, they might be cheering him because it gives them easier work. Oh, just populate Baez.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what robots think, but I'm guessing that
robots are dangerous. Elon Musk is very against AI.
I'm ready for them to take over.
No, you're like the Facebook AI from last year.
Yeah.
Where they questioned Elon about it, and they asked him, "Hey, what do you think about the Facebook thing?" He goes, "Listen, I've talked to Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg doesn't have an understanding of what AI truly is." And then the two Facebook robots started talking to each other, right? And then they started talking to each other so much that they invented their own language.
Oh, yeah.
So that humans couldn't understand it. So
awesome.
Humans were like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, pull the plug here." But what they were doing is they're figuring out how they could blame Pedro Baez for everything.
That's what it was.
I think that's what it was.
Speaking of robots and transportation, let's talk about the gondolas. Let's talk about the gondolas.
I don't know how good of an idea this is in Los Angeles.
Can you show a picture up in the corner up here?
Well, they have renderings.
Yeah,
they have renderings. I'll put the renderings up somewhere up in this area. Yeah. But yeah, these are some of the renderings that came out. Eric Garcetti and Magic Johnson were talking about them. It's a company that's being financed by the Frank McCourt hedge fund, and it's going to cost approximately $125 million. But understand that it is privately funded. It's not taxpayer money. It's not state, local, official money. It's not any of that. So before you just start shitting out of your mouth on the comment section about how we need to fix the roads and rent's so high and all these other problems that have nothing to do with this should be fixed first. It's not your taxes, nor is it the city that's doing this. It's a private company. Okay. That private company, which is the brainchild of, like you said, McCourt's son.
Drew, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is, but they are going to privately fund it with some of their own money and then find backers for the rest of it. And they're going to rent property at the Union Station so they can have the port there. And they're saying that it'll accommodate approximately 5,000 people.
Is that enough?
I don't think so. And then on top of that, you have to pay for it. But
what?
They don't. Yeah, but they don't know how much they're going to charge. The article in the LA Times that I was reading said that today parking is $20 at the stadium. But now if you go to Union Station, I have no clue what Union Station parking is.
I think it's $10.
It's like $10. I have no clue what it is. And then you have to pay to use the tram. How much is that going to cost? I don't know.
Maybe you're avoiding traffic.
Right. And it goes back to the Frank McCourt owning the parking lot at Dodger Stadium because he owns the surrounding property and the parking lot. And when people take that Dodger trolley for free from Union, he doesn't make any money.
So he's figuring out a way to make money.
Correct.
His son is.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
I have a lot of questions.
Shoot. Lightning round.
Question number one.
Number one.
How long does it take before someone hotboxes that thing?
Day one. People will be pre-gaming on there.
Yes. So day one.
Day
that's
one.
Happening. Can you? Okay, that's question one. I think that's an important question. Pot's legal here in Southern California.
But it's legal within private use. That would be considered a public area.
Oh, that would.
You're literally flying over
How are they going to
Chinatown.
catch you when you're up above the city?
I'm sure that when there's like all these clear gondolas coming by and there's one like just covered in smoke and there's smoke leaking out of it and it looks like Soul Plane, there's going to be something wrong with it. And it's going to show up, the door's going to open, people are going to stumble out of it.
It's going to be like
and
a Cheech and Chong van door opening.
It's going to be Cheech and Chong walking out of it. Oh, let's go Dodgers.
But that's what happens anyway.
You know what?
Won't it be safer?
It's true because, I mean, you're not controlling the gondola and you're not driving.
Yeah. I'd rather that. Okay, so that was question one.
Okay.
Question number two. So clearly no beers are allowed on it because people need pregame. But it only takes 5 minutes to get up there. Is that what
they're claiming? That it'll take about 5 minutes to get from Union to wherever it's going to drop you off in the stadium parking lot.
Question number two. What if it gets stuck in the middle?
Midair.
First of all, people will panic in Los Angeles.
I'm sure that the ticket that you paid for will have some kind of disclaimer that says, in the event that this thing breaks down, you cannot sue us. In the event that you die, you and your next of kin cannot sue us. In the event that you miss a game, we're not responsible for it. You are taking, like, if you ever read your Dodger Nation, if you ever flip your Dodger ticket over and read the back of it, it says, listen, stay alert, stay alive. If a foul ball hits you in the head and kills you, not our problem. You are taking liability by accepting this ticket.
They really say it's not our problem?
They don't say it's not our problem.
Oh, okay.
They say it in a legal way.
Okay, got it.
Kind of like when you go to valet your car, right? Or when the Dodgers, any parking lot in California, when they hand you a parking and you pay for your thing, they give you that little ticket. That little ticket says, this releases us of liability. Now, that doesn't hold up in court because it's not technically a contract, because it's a contract that was forced onto you. You did not attempt to negotiate it. So that's why it would never hold up in court. But that's just like what I can guarantee you McCourt and his company are going to do. Yes. Where it's like, listen, if you are an opposing team fan and you get on here and you get just destroyed by several Dodger fans in here who like beat the crap out of you, not a problem.
Okay.
I mean, could you imagine being like a Giants fan, right? After like a game at Dodger Stadium that the Giants won, and you get into this thing, and I don't know how big they are, but I'd imagine it fits like 25 people.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah.
So you get inside this like enclosed thing that's 200 feet off the ground, so you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And you're like hanging out there with your Dodgers people, and you're hanging out, and you got your Giants hat on, and you're kind of like, holy shit, those guys have tattoos on their faces.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's not who's gonna be riding the gondola.
I don't know.
No, I'm talking about the Giants fan.
Oh, the Giants fan.
They're not gonna be riding.
You're saying the tattoo-faced Dodger fans would be,
maybe,
but the Giants fan would be like, yeah, that's nah. It's like that scene in American History X, right? So like when Edward Norton like takes off his shirt and shows the swastika, and everyone looks at him like, oh crap. That would be the equivalent, I think, of a Giants fan walking into one of those gondolas full of Dodger fans.
Yeah.
I think he'd do the opposite. He'd take off his cap and...
You're running the risk regardless, whether you're in the gondola or in Dodger Stadium, of wearing your Giants gear.
Are we perpetuating a negative stereotype of Dodger fans?
But you know what? Did you see the footage of the Angels fans and Giants fans getting at it? And a Giants fan threw an Angels fan down like 5. You haven't seen this?
No.
Oh, we got to show this too. It's on the interwebs. As Angel fan and Dodgers fans got in fights. I mean, Angels fans and Giants fans got in a fight. Was
this in Anaheim or was this in San Francisco?
I think it was in Anaheim.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen a fight like this at Dodger Stadium. This was crazy. We'll put it up on the screen right up in your little area.
Have you not, or is it one of those Kershaw things that because when it happens, it gets magnified, so you don't notice it in Anaheim? But in LA, it's so common that you're just kind of like,
no,
it's just the hooligans in the left field pavilion.
No, I think we've gotten better out there. I think it's family oriented out there. I've never had problems at Dodger Stadium.
Me personally, I've never had issues with other fans, whether it be other Dodger fans or other fans of other teams.
Yes.
I have had issues with Dodger staff, but I've never had issues with fans in general.
Yes. Okay.
It's like...
Will you take the gondola? You love your Tesla.
I would take the gondola. I would take the gondola for educational purposes only, just so that I can get in it physically. Oh, my God, I've experienced this, and then give an educated opinion.
Okay, so we have to ride it
because right now I can tell you I personally don't like that idea for a couple of reasons.
But the view of the city...
No, you have no view of the city at 7:10.
You don't?
There's no view of the city in the winter months when it's September, October, November, going into November for the playoffs, and the sun's down, and there's just smog everywhere.
Okay.
And here's what I don't like. Right? So I get in my car, traffic sucks. I get down to Dodger Stadium. I park wherever the hell I want. I leave when I want after the game, of course, and I go wherever the hell I want.
Yes.
Now, you can ask Alexis, when she came in and I picked her up from Union, me driving from Union to Dodger Stadium, which is about half a mile, took me over an hour and a half.
Yes.
An hour and a half.
Do you know all the secret shortcuts?
Yes.
Okay.
But the thing is, most of them, because the local police are wising up to them, they block them now and it says only local traffic.
Yeah.
So it took us just over 90 minutes to get from Union Station to Dodger Stadium. And that's just to get into the parking lot. It took us even longer, not even longer, but it took us an additional like 30, 40 minutes to get from the parking spot where I physically parked.
So you're making a case for the gondola?
Wait.
You're making a case for it?
No.
Because you would just park and get out of your car.
Exactly. I would rather do that than have to go from, I live in the Valley, so go from my house to the station in North Hollywood, right? So the station in North Hollywood, and it doesn't cost much. It costs, what, like $250 or something?
Yeah.
So I have to pay for parking at the North Hollywood station, take the tram from North Hollywood to downtown. Mm-hmm. The downtown one, then I'm going to have to take the pay route for the gondola, right? Come back to the game, hopefully make the game by 7:10. Let's say it's a 9-inning game, but it goes 4 hours. Or, God forbid, it goes 13, 14 innings. Now it's midnight. Now it's 12:30. I'm trying to get the hell out of Dodger Stadium, get on this gondola, which I have to pay for. I assume you're going to have to pay both ways or pay for one round-trip ticket. And then when I get to Union Station, go, oh, You mean the train stopped running? How the hell am I going to get back to NoHo?
Well, they're going to have to run
crap.
them.
I have to pay $65 for an Uber to take me from downtown to NoHo.
Okay, they're going to have to run them later on extra inning games.
I don't think they'll.
Yeah, they will.
I don't think they will.
You won't?
No, I don't think they will. What are they going to do? Oh, hey, we have to cater to this one particular group of people, which is approximately 5,000, and we're going to have to pay everyone at Union Station overtime and run everything extra and operate these trains extra for approximately 5,000 people.
So then you have to leave the game early.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
You're not?
No, that's stupid.
Okay.
And that's one reason why I never take Metro to the Kings games, how the LA Ice Crew is always like, yo, ride Metro. And I'm like, no, because I want to come and go as I please, and I don't want to be on the schedule of a train. If I want to hang out with people afterwards or before, I can do that.
Yeah, see, this is not a problem in New York City. The trains run all the time.
Well,
and,
they run 24 hours a day. Our city's not built that way. And at the same time, the reason they're doing this is because Dodger Stadium is the only stadium that's not built into a city.
Yes.
All other stadiums and
it's
arenas
built above the city
are built. Yeah, this is built into a ravine, which then brings another problem where they're saying, hey, this will be available by opening day 2022.
Yes.
But by 2019, they want to have the route selected so that by 2020, they can negotiate property rights in Chinatown and through those neighborhoods, plus airspace rights. And it's like, I can tell you right now, the local community,
they're not going to like
They're not going to like it because that's how Dodger Stadium was built in the first place, where, Chavez Ravine was a ravine full of houses.
Sure.
And, they turned it into
So you're
Dodger
saying
Stadium.
there's going to be some displacement.
Oh, I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of backlash for it.
Or someone's going to have a giant pole in their backyard.
I would do that.
To hold up the gun. You do it? Have a giant...
They'll pay you for it. I have an aunt,
there's the gondola
I have an aunt who lives in Glendale.
Yeah.
And she's owned this house in Glendale since like 1962. And one day the government, I guess, found oil in that area. So they knocked on her door and they're like, hey, can we pay you annually to put an oil pump in your backyard? And she's like, no, I don't need that massive monstrosity in my backyard. And it's, I don't know, it's like maybe this big. And it's a little pump that's right next to her boiler area.
Yeah.
And it just goes.
How much does she get paid?
All day. I don't know.
Oh.
No clue what she gets paid.
10 cents a day?
But she gets paid, she gets paid once a year, but she makes money on it every day because the government decided to put like this 2-3 foot high piece of like metal that pumps oil out of the ground in her backyard.
Yeah. Well, so you're not going to, we'll ride
We're
going to
ride it
so
we can experience it and witness assaults firsthand and, film them and
people
start yelling,
barfing.
World Star. But I don't believe that it's going to be a common thing for me.
Do you even think it's going to get off the ground?
Literally?
Literally. No, I mean, it could engineering.
Well, yeah,
it can happen.
It flies.
I'm saying, do you think
Eric Garcetti is going to present it at a meeting this coming week.
But it's got to be approved.
By who?
By, I don't know,
not
city
the city,
council? No.
Because the city's not paying for it.
Well, it's got to be.
It's privately. So if they say, hey, this is really awesome, it's a great idea, the private company will go and start building it. But that's why they want to have the route selected by 2019 so that by the end of 2020, they have already paid off all the people that, they have to displace or put shit on their property. So by 2022 opening day, it's available.
Okay. That's a long time from now.
Yeah. It's 2018. That's 4 years from now. I mean, we say that now, but it's like, I think the 2020s in Los Angeles are going to be insane when it comes to sports because now we have the All-Star game, right? We have the Summer Olympics. Yeah. We have the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We're trying to get the World Cup. What else do we have? We have the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
We just have so many things that are like major sporting events in LA.
And we have 18 to 25 million people at any given moment in Los Angeles County.
We have
to get somewhere.
Stanley Cup Finals coming up. We have NBA Finals coming up. We have World Series.
We do?
We do.
I didn't know those things were happening.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm telling you.
All right, so let's switch gears a little bit and talk about Justin Turner.
Justin Turner, he's now cracked the top 50 in the top 100 MLB players.
Yeah, but he hasn't played a game yet this year.
Yeah, and he's at number 50. That's how good he is.
So, okay.
Last year, I don't know how they make these lists, but last year he was like 76. And then I was like, are you kidding me?
He's top 10.
And then this year, he opened the list at number 50. And he hasn't played a game, but that just shows you how good he is.
So he's going to move up the rankings as soon as he starts playing.
Probably, because the Dodgers have 5 players in the top 50. You got Kershaw at number 2. And then you have Seager at 22, Bellinger at 25, I believe. And then Kenley sitting somewhere in the 30 range.
Oh, I
and
thought
then
Kenley
it jumps up
higher.
To Justin Turner at 50.
I thought Kenley would have been higher than that.
After his start?
Okay, that's true. Are they basing it off what's going on right now?
I have no idea how they base it.
Well, they clearly aren't because Justin Turner hasn't played a game yet.
Yeah, I have no idea how they're basing these things.
Okay, so he took some swings. So this is big news for Dodger fans in that we see the light at the end of the tunnel with JT coming back, and that's exciting.
Again, I would just baby him. I'd be like, bro, right now the team's not doing all that great, and yeah, I think you could make a difference, but I would rather have you wait out another week or two, be completely healthy, and able to swing
June through October.
Yeah, and swing a bat as opposed to coming back too soon and getting hurt even more.
I hate
or having one of those injuries that linger the whole season because oh, what's up with your swing? Well,
Seager last year.
Yeah, it's like I broke my wrist in spring training, and although it recovered, I came back too soon. But I needed to be a teamster.
Well, that was Grandal. He was hurt all last year.
Yeah, and look what happened in the playoffs, and look what happened in September.
And now he's back. So
he's still leading the team and everything.
Yeah, he is. Max Muncy is not. Do we want to talk quickly about how far the heroes have fallen?
Listen,
we were anointing him the next, but we were we knew that was going to be short lived. He's batting like 125 now.
Yeah.
He was batting 1,000. Now he's batting 125.
Yeah, but it's okay. He's going to turn it around.
Do you have a new nickname for him now?
I don't have a new nickname for him now, for Maximus, but I'm rescinding my nickname, and I will be adopting the one I saw Taylor of Dodger Reddit post, and I was like, oh my God, why didn't I think about that?
What's that one?
He called him Mad Max Muncy.
Okay.
And I liked it because of the alliteration, kind of like Peter Parker, Reed Richards, Matt Murdock.
Mad Max Muncy. Okay,
yeah.
It's a little bit of a mouthful.
And then you can use the 3M logo for him and
so
stuff.
Like the Big Baller brand, he could have 3Ms?
No, like 3M, the paper company.
Oh, he can't use that?
He can't, but we can.
Oh, okay.
You do it as a joke.
Oh, some new T-shirts.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still working on the Chase Utley Design 2.0.
Got it.
So,
you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
That's going to be awesome.
I still don't have my Chase Utley shirt, by the way.
Really?
I don't.
I did not know that.
I don't think you have any. You didn't have any mediums left.
Because we gave some to everybody. You didn't get one?
Apparently, the dude who's on the show doesn't get one.
Terrible.
And I love Chase.
Terrible.
I mean, I probably
I'll
like
make sure
Chase.
I give you one of the new designs.
Thanks.
That'll be fresh.
It'll be really fresh. All right, what's our gift of the day?
Guys, our gift of the day, this is a ski resort in Georgia, not Georgia the state, Georgia the country. That's, it's...
This is what we're maybe seeing. This is what's going to happen.
Be seeing with the gondolas in Dodger Stadium.
Could you imagine?
That would be terrible.
Up at the stadium, they're big, so they'd all slam into each other and be oh God.
But yeah, you want to be safe. You don't want to be part of this ski lift situation here. But Dodger Nation, that's been our show. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to stalk us on Twitter at Best Coast Show. Don't forget to follow us on the Instagram for all the behind-the-scenes action, also at Best Coast Show. You can find the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, really anywhere podcasts are heard. But that's been our show, and you guys have a good night.